Why don't you call in real quick? Well, I want to see if we can hear you. Hear my callers in through the board. I want to make sure that's real quick. You know what I mean? Hey everybody. Eric's just dealing with Eric here. It's going to be a minute, and we're ready to roll in 40 seconds. Good to see you. Thanks for coming back in. Sorry for the headaches.
She said she worked where the sun didn't shine, and she promised me one hell of a time. I needed sharing, I needed caring, alone in the foreign land. Come along with me and I will treat you up so right, she said to me. I could not say
hey, bud.
no.
Hey, just checking in to see about the music is a little loud. Yeah, but I want to make sure that we got audio on the videos and everything on the computer, so keep an eye on that, would you? All right, I'm about to jump on. Okay, thanks, pal.
All right, have fun.
Thank you. See ya. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, how we doing? I am live here from Topanga, California. Sorry for the miss launch there, and we are back. I think we're cooking with fire right now. Unbelievable the amount of issues that we've been having. I know I don't have to tell you, but I do want to just be clear about it's uncanny. What we're experiencing, and just simple things. And on top of that, over the weekend, Eric's workhorse that he uses for his editing, that crashed. So yeah, I don't know what to say other than I am just glad that we are that our videos are staying on, the various platforms, because there are many that are not. Many videos that are being taken down. I have not been bothered by the YT since my week suspension from broadcasting live, and so I'm just grateful that we are able to do what we're doing. And not have these videos censored or taken down like we used to. And so I hope that we stay on board. Hello everybody, so good to see you all. So good to see your beautiful faces in text form. Yeah, so yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on, but we're moving in the right direction. And I just want to say, welcome first of all. Cheers, happy Monday. I hope it's a good start to the week for you. This is a heck of a week. I'd love for it to be the last broadcast for the next 10 days. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but this is the day that keeps popping up. We don't really know what's going on, and I know that there's some inconsistencies. Yeah, so there's some inconsistencies with timelines, right? Where 17 might have a timeline in mind, and that is in my other computer, by the way, is completely taken over. Like if I showed you the video, you would see that it's typing on its own. Like, no, hands-free. And I've been having some issues with this, but it's uncanny. So I can't even use that right now. Lori, I'm sure that's not true. Wrinkles are the story of your life, and I welcome them. And I, you know me, guys. I'm a big, she said that text is better than a wrinkled face. And I am not a fan of plastic surgery. If you've had plastic surgery, all the best to you, and I hope it worked out well. I don't want to disparage it, but I just, it's not for me, it's not for mine, and I welcome the wrinkles to show the years of life. Yeah, Schumann was off the charts today, wasn't it? It's happening, folks. We got some unbelievable things happening. Yeah, it's like I got Todd's computer. Hey, I want to jump right in. Yeah, I know you guys like the monologues, and I'm just going to say a few things here, and then I want to jump right to Todd and Cindy, and I want to respect, it's late there, and maybe even get Kelly in on later. But so much to discuss, so much to talk about, and I just want to say that, one of the things. Okay, there. I'm coming a little closer with the mic here. Okay, Eric's saying. So I do want to say, yeah, we're gonna roll here. What I'm seeing, I just caught, Kayleigh McEnany's press conference, and I just want to bring that up for you here shortly. And just now, this was a couple days ago. I just happened to be watching this a couple days ago, and I don't even need to show it to you, but I do want to say that that it is. I just want to show you a couple things. First of all, I want to remind you of it. Okay, I'm just going to show you a few things from it, and then we're going to talk about it. And then there's much more to talk about today, but I just want to show you this, and I think you're going to really like this, what I'm about to share with you. And that is that, well, let me just show you, and then we'll go from there, okay? I'm going to back that up. Gorsuch. Okay, so that is the reason I bring that up is because, first of all, I enjoy watching her. But why do I bring up something from December 2nd? Okay, the first thing I want to say is this, and that is all of the videos she showed and all the comments she made, none of the questions in that presser, and I didn't watch it all the way through to the end, but none of them were about what she just showed them. So it's so clear to see the clear indoctrination, the clear media bias. And all of the questions were pre-written, and they were told to ask those particular questions, and almost every single one of them was a negative towards the president. For example, 40 million vaccines in record time. And about the vaccine thing, folks, there are at least 40 million people in this country right now that are dying for a vaccine, okay? Because they've been completely brainwashed into thinking that vaccine is going to save them or help them, when in reality it's going to do the exact opposite. But like in the case of the 40 million, he had claimed that he'd have 100 million, right? And I'm aware you didn't hear the video. Thank you, Robin. Robin's always got my back on that. So Eric's trying to figure that out right now, actually, and that's one of the things that we were checking. So my system audio is now gone. This is unbelievable. So you're hearing me, and so the thing about it, basically what she was saying, I think many of you saw this, was she was talking about the people that are making the rules for you and me, that are dining in the French Laundry with maskless. They're riding a bike maskless when he actually had corona, which was Cuomo. The first one was obviously Newsom. And so all these people, Nancy Pelosi without a mask, in the salon when she had shut salons down. The the health director here in LA County, who ate at an outdoor restaurant in Santa Monica after she had shut down 30,000 restaurants from outdoor dining. And so she talked about all those things. None of the questions were about those things she mentioned. Okay? So what they're showing us here is that the media, they're exposed. This is on purpose. Okay? When she comes out and she shares stuff and none of the media are asking them, they are showing the United States of American citizens and people around the world that these people sitting in front of her are agents of propaganda and nothing more. That's what they get paid for. They get paid to say and ask the questions that they are told to say and ask. Okay? And so I wanted to show that. The other thing I wanted to show, and I'm not going to be able to show it right now until we figure this out, but later on, a lot of people were asking about that President Trump said he wasn't going to go to the inauguration and
ability to decide how to best protect
some
your
other things
health.
about
know how to
the
protect
FBI
ourselves
Director
from
Wray
COVID-19,
that Biden would
wash
keep
your
him
hands,
on. Is
socially
that
distance,
telling
wearing
to
masks.
President Trump? And
But as one
so they're
federal court put it,
asking
there
all
is
these
no
questions
pandemic
as
exception
if he's
to the
leaving the White
Constitution.
House.
And with that, I'll
She
take
is so cool and collected.
Welcome
She
back.
doesn't even let on that he ain't leaving the White House. All right? Guys, do you know what I'd be saying if I was in her shoes right now? I would be like, guys, you're kidding me, right? You really think Biden's going to be president? Are you paying attention at all to what's going on here?
So
Okay.
first, he went on to say
So I'm not
this.
gonna
It was in an
worry
AP
about that stuff
interview
right now.
where
I'm
he
just
made
gonna
that initial comment,
talk.
but in that same AP
So we might
interview,
have an issue
he
with
went on to
call-ins
say
with
that he
Todd,
thinks a lot of people are
but we'll
confusing
figure that
the
out
use
as
of
well.
the federal
I
criminal
think I already have a
justice system with
solution. It might
allegations.
just sound a little tinny, but with Todd and Cindy. But what I wanted to say about that is just basically that you know, this Kayleigh McEnany is being, you know, utilized as one of the strongest tools of the Trump administration. I'm not calling her a tool, by the way. You know, if I had tools like that in my toolbox, I'd sleep with my toolbox. But you know what I mean. So like they're utilized. She is a masterful piece of this equation. And the fact that she deflects so much of the things that are asked of her in referring to the campaign is not just smart and not just, you know, policy, right? Because she's in the White House and she's supposed to be directing, you know, questions to, you know, the governance of the land, not the running of a campaign, right? Even though she gets into the little of that. So, but I just wanted to say that this is a part of the equation here. This is a part of the plan, okay? And that you're not hearing a lot of things that you'd like to be hearing, and there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is they're setting them up, okay? And every day that goes by, somebody new, you know, breaks the law. Think about that, okay? And they're all connected. They're all connected. And obviously the takedown's got to occur before January 21, and it will. And so at any rate, well, let's try it. Let me see what Eric's saying here, and then we'll get to it. Okay. System audio, thank you. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Eric. Eric just did that from Boston, folks. 3,000 miles away. Let me just show you a little more of Kayleigh here, and I want to go a little bit deeper into the presser here, and let's see if we got our audio back.
About it. And I noted, you know, when you have
and now I'm not getting audio.
Calls for genocide and Twitter not finding that worthy.
I'm not getting audio, Eric,
beyond that,
through my
look at
headphones.
China, who's putting out disinformation. China tweeted out, I believe it was 6 days ago, I think it was November 25th, that COVID-19 did not originate in Wuhan, something that was not deemed worthy of flagging by Twitter.
So I'm not getting audio through mine, but I think you guys are getting it.
Stands by that.
And Let me know if you're getting it. Volume's low. Okay, I think I can do that.
Adequate defense funding as he's gotten $2.9 trillion
okay, great.
So
we
far,
can hear her.
Going to put the
Okay,
pressure on
great. Turn her up a bit. Thank you,
One more
guys.
question about Attorney
I
General
can
Bill
do
Barr's
that.
comments. I
I
believe you
think
said
Eric's
that
on it already.
you're not sure if President Trump and the Attorney
Yeah,
General
so
have
Eric, the
spoken
problem
since
is
his
when
comments
because I'm
Yes,
plugged
I'm
into
not
the
sure
mic,
what's
when
Can
I
you
go to
tell
her,
me
I
was
don't
President
get
Trump upset when he
I don't
heard
get
the Attorney
my
General say that he has
I don't
not
hear
seen,
her.
or
So,
DOJ has not uncovered evidence of widespread
so
voter
that's
fraud
a
enough
problem.
to overturn the outcome of the election.
I haven't spoken with the president specifically
And then when I
about
click to
AG
another
Barr or, that comment.
spot,
And I would also just point everyone to
yeah, I do not hear
the
that, and I do not have
revised,
speakers
or
coming
the
out of this
supplemental, I should say,
computer,
not
because if
revised,
I did,
comment
then
that was
I
put out by
would
AG
we'd
Barr,
lose audio.
in the
That's
wake of
that was
media
one of the
reporting
problems.
that seemed to misconstrue
All right,
statement.
so this
He
is going to be a
said
little
this,
frustrating,
some
but
media
not
outlets
for you
have been-
tonight,
not he,
because
I
I'm
should say,
going to
the
be able to get you.
spokesperson. Some
I'm
media
going to be able
outlets
to
have
get
incorrectly
Todd on
reported
as well.
that the department has
So
concluded
I want to
its
jump to that. I just
investigation
wanted to
of
show
fraud
you
and announced
kind of a
a
part
affirmative finding
of the
of no fraud, and that is not
indoctrination
what AG
here,
reported, nor what
and
AG
it's such
stated.
a. Let me cut her off. It's such a. Thank you, Eric. It's such an important part of the indoctrination, such an important piece of the plan, such an important piece of the show that we are watching, okay? And when you realize that this is all a show, it allows you to breathe, pull back a little bit, and oh, I see. Okay. So will that work? But then I'd have to plug into this. That speaker changed our devices. This is your monitor. Okay. All right. All right. So do we not want that on then, Eric? Or do I change it when I want to hear? Let me try this. let me try this, folks. I'm gonna play Kaylee again for you. We'll get this dialed in here,
A lot of the media didn't read
then we'll
beyond
get
that one
rolling here.
comment, the civil
Because
war
obviously I'm
versus
gonna
the
have
criminal.
to
The
hear.
discrepancy is, you know, you have
Let me see
members
here.
of the Trump campaign coming forward and saying that there is hard evidence of widespread voter fraud enough to overturn the outcome of the election, and then you have the nation's
Okay.
top law enforcement officer, the Attorney General, saying
All right.
if there is, he hasn't seen it.
Well, the
Let
Attorney
me,
General was
let me
speaking to
try
what has
that.
come before his desk. And again, I'd point you to the campaign for
Okay.
specific
Here's
questions
what I'm
on
gonna
this, but I
do.
would just say
I'm gonna
generally
play-
they're
I know you're
pursuing
hearing this,
civil
okay?
litigation, which in fact
And I'm gonna play a video I want you to see that I've seen, and then that way I'm going to figure out my my headset situation on this end, and then I'll be right back with you, and then we'll have Todd and Cindy call in, okay? Excuse me 1 second. Let me figure this out. And bear with me. Bear with me. Just take a drink. Cheers, everybody. Good. You can hear us both. Good. Now, I just need to get to the point. Eric, yeah, if you can play a video. Actually, Eric, you want to go to, let me see what you have up on the Indoctrination show videos. We could play one of those. And why is that so slow? What's going on? Okay. All right, Eric, you got it. I'm gonna leave you to it. May need phone in monitor. Your phones may need to go from your monitor. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna check that right now. Okay. But you've got. Let's transition into show videos. And I got to call Chrisalina. Holy cow, we got to find out what's going on with that. And I don't want to do it yet till I talk to her. But Chrisalina, if you're, my apologies for not getting back to you today, but I want to talk to you tonight, if we can, or first thing in the morning. Let me go to. Let me get something up here for you. Now, one of the things that is going on, obviously, is that we are facing this situation where basically Sidney Powell said that she's referring, I believe it's Georgia, Wisconsin, and was it Arizona or Nevada to the Supreme Court already, and so this and also Ted Cruz is going to be making the arguments for this in court, which is very, very exciting. And I just want to find what I need here to give you. And then, because if I could figure this out, then I can have, I'll tell you what, hold on 1 sec. I'll tell you what, I'm going to just play the rest of Kaylee for you right now, because
the Attorney General
things are in a
explicitly
in a
said
tizzy
some of this
right
is meant
now.
more
Here you
for
go.
civil litigation, which is what the campaign is currently pursuing. Kevin.
Just pay attention to the pure indoctrination that is going on
I'll
here
leave that to
by
the
the
president to make his
mainstream
announcement.
media.
He tweeted something to the effect of he knows what his decision is and he'll make his decision at the right time.
Rationale could he possibly have for skipping?
I'm not going to speculate on the president's decision. I'll leave that to him to announce it.
Just one follow-up. There was a report yesterday on federal officials investigating a potential bribe for pardon scheme. Has anybody at the White House been questioned by federal law enforcement officials regarding potential bribes for a pardon?
No, and in fact, a DOJ official was or is currently a subject or target of the investigation disclosed in this filing. Yeah, Andrea.
So thanks for my question. I wanted to ask about FBI Director Wray. though it looks like President-elect Biden wants to keep him in the job, does that change the president's perspective on FBI Director Wray, and does he retain full confidence in him? No, I have just a quick follow-up.
Yeah, he's made no assessments, and at least in my presence, about that. And if we have any personnel announcements, we'll let you know.
Okay, great. Can I just follow up on the vaccine issue? You said 40 million doses. I recall the president saying, and perhaps even you saying, that that 40 million is quite a bit short. So can you just clarify that number?
So there are currently 6 vaccines that we have identified as vaccines that we were hopeful would come to fruition. And with several of those, if not each of them, I can follow up with you on the exact number. We have manufacturing contracts. So we have manufactured doses with several of these, but they have to come to completion. So with each new vaccine that comes, along with that will come millions and millions of doses that have already been manufactured in time. But currently, of the 4 vaccines in phase 3 clinical trial, Moderna, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Janssen, 2 of those have gotten to the point of applying for an EUA. So really, it's incumbent on the manufacturer and those going through the phase 3 clinical trial to get that data to us, and then it's manufactured and ready to go. So the moment someone else gets to a 94% effectiveness rate or whatever the barometer is, we will have those doses. Yes. Yes.
Thanks, Kaylee. I have just 2 quick questions, if I could. Georgia officials have said election workers there are facing threats because of the president's false claims about winning the state and his rhetoric throughout the election. Does the president condemn threats against election workers, or does he take any responsibility for those threats?
We condemn any threats against anyone. There's no place for violence. What I will say, though, too, is that the president's lawyers, they were doxxed by a left organization, their private information put out. So we're seeing that happen to people on both sides of the argument, and there's no place for that ever anywhere.
And then just real quick, the CDC director today said that the next few months could be among the worst public health months in American history. I wondered, does the White House, is it setting a good example for the public for the White House to be holding in-person holiday parties at a time when the CDC and other organizations are asking Americans to forego those kinds of celebrations for their own safety?
Yeah, so, if you can loot businesses, burn down buildings, engage in protest, you can also go to a Christmas party. You can celebrate the holiday of Christmas, and you can do it responsibly, which is why the East Wing has noted that they'll have smaller guest lists, masks are going to be available, social distancing is going to be encouraged, hand sanitizing stations, among other measures. But we will engage in the celebration of Christmas, and there will be a Hanukkah celebration as well. Yes. Yes, Meredith.
Thanks. Does President Trump, has he had any kind of conversations with allies on Capitol Hill about challenging Joe Biden's electoral college vote with Congress? We saw one of his allies today said he plans to do that. Is that a conversation that the president's had at all?
Not that I'm aware of. Inez.
Oh, yes. The White House Coronavirus Task Force is privately telling governors that Americans under the age of 40 who gathered with people outside their households at Thanksgiving are dangerous to others and should isolate immediately. Why is the White House not publicly sharing that same information with Americans?
You said that was in what document was that?
The White House Coronavirus Task Force is privately telling governors.
That those Thanksgiving celebrations that
There's
CDC guidance out there as to when you should and should not isolate, so I would point you to that. That's all been publicly available since the beginning of all of this. Christian.
Yeah, thanks, Kaylee. So if some version of the defense authorization makes it to the president's desk with language that terminates Section 230, would he sign it into law, even if there's language in there that renames bases bearing Confederate, names or named after Confederate officials?
Yeah, he's said before he's very much against the Warren Amendment, and public polling is with him on that. How that intersects with the 230 tweet, I will have to follow up with him about.